What about if we go further over here? Or random civilians, it would appear. But if we keep on going this way, then we got this area over here. Oh, where we have an elevator, and we have Lila Herax?
Spectre, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
I used to be a military tech. Except for Maiko's people, everyone's too corporate here. They just sit around sipping expensive water. So what can I do for you today?
So, I believe we are, as we're walking this general direction, starting to head more toward the garage for context, and we do need to go through the garage to get out of this place and head over to that Peak 15 area where we're expecting to find Matriarch Venezia. So, let's just chat a little bit with this guy first, though. Can you tell us a little bit more about the area? What's going on these days?
You seem like you have an ear to the ground. What's happening around here?
There's the problems up on Peak 15.
Oh?
Synthetics Insights was shut down by Anoleis, and the Matriarch came through.
Okay, in that case, let's maybe start off with hearing more about Matriarch Venezia.
Do you know where that matriarch is now?
You looking for her? She took a shuttle to Peak 15 before we lost contact.
Oh, lost contact?
What sort of problems are there at Peak 15?
Don't know. There's a blizzard up there, but we've had those before. Never cut the satellite uplinks before. 15's always had a lousy reputation. Nobody talks about what they do there. And everyone sent up comes back a little quieter.
That is kinda suspicious. You're not wrong. What about you, personally?
What do you do here?
I'm the chief mechanic for Hanshan. Just call me Lee. Humans have a problem saying my full name. Got a team of 12 under me, keeping the shuttles coming and going.
Nice. What about, you said something about Synthetic Insights getting shut down?
What was that about Synthetic Insights?
Scuttlebutt says Laura Keene was on the take. So Anoleis shut down SI's offices. Quiet like, so no off-world lawyers come in on it.
Okay. Sounds like something we'll have to learn more about. See, the thing is, though, we do kind of need to get out of here.
How can I get into the garage?
You need a pass. You can get one from Anoleis or the managers, if you can polish enough gizzard.
I mean, you have one. Do you not? You're the mechanic. Surely you're going in there regularly.
Maybe you could let me borrow yours?
Sure. If I wanted to lose my job and get sued into the next spiral arm. Security tracks card use.
Alright, if you say
I have to
so.
go.
You need anything, I'll be here.
Okay, so... let's see, what's the deal here?
Access to the garage is restricted.
So this is the access to the garage, of course. But see, we kind of like really need to get out of here, so can you make an exception?
I'm on Citadel business. I need to leave the station.
If you want to enter the garage, you need authorization for Mr. Anoleis. No exceptions. I'm sorry.
Alright, if you say so. We're getting journal entries, and I imagine those are basically just telling us, in order to leave here, actually, apparently we didn't have this before, but we need a garage pass. You need to acquire a pass to leave Port Hanshan. Only Anoleis and important managers have them. Okay? And then as for Peak 15, we've learned that there are some mysterious rumors there. Port Hanshan is full of rumors about Peak 15, but few facts. That does make things suspicious as to what might be going on up there, but we don't know just yet. Elevator does not respond. A small sign on the door reads Synthetic Insights temporarily closed, as we were just hearing. So that's this area down here. If we go down this side, though, is there anything down there? No. There's another elevator in this general area, though, I believe.
Don't make us regret letting you keep those guns.
Alright, if you say so. so then we have another elevator here with this red marker saying, or what would normally be the access point is all red, so that would again suggest that we can't actually go in there just yet. Talk to those people, but there is, I believe, a little area through here that we might want to check out. It is an elevator. This will take us out. Let's see, what is still glowing here? Why is this glowing on us? But I think before we do that, why don't we chat with Administrator Anoleis first? I think we may want to do that before we head over there. Because it does seem as though maybe not all roads, but most roads seem to lead to this Administrator dude. So let's see what all the fuss is about. And let's save before we do it. Okay. And, you know, maybe don't draw weapons on him. Anything in here, or is this just a big, dramatic, open room with lots of wasted space? That is exactly what it seems like. So here's Gianna, the person we were talking about previously, or talking with previously at the front desk.
How can I help you?
So, can you tell us any more about the lab facilities here on Noveria?
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
Wow. Okay, that does certainly add up. What about Peak 15 specifically, though? Because, as we were just hearing, some strange rumors coming in about it.
I hear there was an accident on Peak 15.
We're aware of the rumors. At the moment, contact with the facility is down due to weather. All employees should review their non-disclosure agreements and avoid irresponsible free talk.
Trying to tell us to, take the hints? I mean... We are currently on a snowing planet, and you are saying that the weather has this place out of commission. If that were the case, then it would be out of commission, communications at least, basically all the time, would it not? So, it does seem like quite a stretch.
What kind of weather cuts modern communication?
A blizzard is sweeping the Scotty Mountains right now.
Is it
Between
now?
the cloud cover and heavy snow, the satellite uplinks are cut.
Well, just out of curiosity, who is it who has offices on Peak 15?
What corporations work on Peak 15?
Binary Helix has leased the entire complex.
Okay then. So sounds like let's keep our eyes and ears open for more information on this Binary Helix. Anything else we can learn here about other corporations here, I guess?
Tell me about the companies that work on Noveria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Anoleis Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Yeah, and those are actually names that you will recognize from the equipment that you pick up. You can get items from Anoleis Risk Control and Binary Helix. And Synthetic Insights is the place that we just saw the elevator to recently that was closed down because the place got closed, according to, or at the directive of, Administrator Anoleis. So, yeah, can you tell us any more about those companies? Anoleis Risk Control, maybe? Start with them?
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
That is true.
The executive board gets a discount on facility security. Anoleis also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
Dare we ask what kind your guards currently have equipped? Binary Helix, this is the one that you're saying works on Peak 15, so they're perhaps of most interest to us.
Binary Helix. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications.
Oh.
That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
Oh, it's Luddites. Okay. What about Synthetic Insights, the one that got shut down? Maybe we can learn why that might have happened?
Haven't I seen Synthetic Insights in the news lately?
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
they're allowed to develop artificial intelligence? That is seemingly a pretty big deal. Seems as though most of the time people are, quite a bit against that. We did a little while back, of course, on the Citadel, basically fight an artificial intelligence that tried to, or threatened to, blow us up. So, that does seem a little alarming. But the primary reason why we're here, of course, is to track down this Administrator Anoleis person.
I'd like to speak to Anoleis.
One moment, please. Mr. Anoleis?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
Okay. Let's see what we can learn. I mean, I assume you're through this door. Hello, Anoleis. Before we chat with you, is there anything in your room here for us to take note of? I don't think so. Let's sit down.
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have
Or
no
not.
time to entertain spaceborne vagabonds.
Well, that's one way to welcome us in. Seems as though you've read our file.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Okay. Does seem as though, if you're deliberately pushing the limits, that could be a bit risky and you might get found out. I mean, is there anything that we as Spectres ought to know about here?
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
Okay, well, let's just get straight to it here. Have you seen or heard anything about Saren?
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Noveria's backers.
Is he now? That gives us some dirt on Binary Helix. Okay, the plot thickens. Alright. What about Peak 15? Can you tell us anything about that?
Is there some problem on Peak 15?
An area of severe weather has cut off contact. Things will return to normal in a few days.
Okay. What about... that doesn't really tell us much that we didn't already know. It does seem as though there's more to it than just that. Matriarch Venezia, we have reason to believe, might actually be here. And now that we know that Saren, who of course seems to be working with Matriarch Venezia, since he has ties to Binary Helix, who's doing business here, ipso facto, by extension, presumably that is why Matriarch Venezia is here. But that would suggest, he must be doing something pretty important for Saren to want her to be here managing or overseeing whatever it is that they're trying to do.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Venezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
Oh. What sort of cargo?
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
Okay, and can you please define what personal escort means?
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
You let Asari who can kill you with their brains run around, but give us flack about guns?
We followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Venezia from taking them.
Yeah, that does certainly raise some suspicion, does it not, though? That's, some pretty heavily, trained, I guess, at the very least, Asari military units to, accompany Matriarch Venezia, so, yeah, that does also certainly seem quite odd. We do kinda, sorta, absolutely need to see her, though, is the thing.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Well, can you at least tell us why she's here?
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor. She's here on business for Binary Helix. There were
telling,
issues
though.
at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
Okay. So, yes, does seem something that requires Saren's attention is happening at P15. That means we want to know what that is. And, we can, if we want to, change topics
Back
here.
to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
Which is actually hilarious. I don't think he'll actually charge us for that, although, we could continue to try to ask him the same questions over and over again to put that to the test now. So, this is the shopkeeper, the person we were speaking to recently who was trying to ask us to smuggle some package for him. So you can, in fact, basically try to turn him in by bringing this up to Administrator Anoleis, who is, as we were talking about previously, more or less the guy who runs things here in Port Hanshan. I would not recommend doing this. This is one of many ways that you can potentially resolve this quest. Probably the simplest, most straightforward, and most boring, and least rewarding, perhaps most importantly. So, for that reason, I think we will deliberately find other ways to make that happen. So, let's leave it at this for now.
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Alright, mister. Well, I mean, this does look like something we could loot. However, apparently not. So, I believe that means we'll be on our way here.
You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
Yeah, it does seem as though, despite all of our pointed questions, we could only get so far.
So it would seem. I need an alternative.
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Anoleis.
Okay, can you tell us more about this Lorik Keen person at the very least?
You said I should talk to Lorik Keen?
Shepard, keep it down.
Mr. Anoleis isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan. Keen spends his days at the hotel since his office was closed.
Alright. Interesting. I believe we've already asked her about these other things. So let's head out.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
So, we are, of course, still looking for one of those garage passes, and there are also a couple of ways in which to get one of those. And so, let's talk to this Lorik Keen person, and see if we can get more information from them. Is there anything down in this corner? I don't think so. No. Okay. Just making sure. So, now, I believe, well, let's just take a quick look at our journal. Leave Port Hanshan. Stumbling block. Anoleis was unimpressed with our credentials. We need to figure out how to leave Port Hanshan. How telling. How helpful. We also have Lorik Keen here. So we need to pass leave Port Hanshan, and Fiona suggested that we speak to this Lorik Keen person. Speak to Lorik Keen at the hotel bar. Take the elevator to the upper end of the plaza, opposite the entrance of the docking base. This is the elevator that we were looking at previously. One that we were saying we might want to check out when we were just about to head over to Administrator Anoleis. But, yeah, I think we'll do that next. I think we will. So, now we can confirm ERS stands for Anoleis Risk Control, or Anoleis Risk Control Services Guard.
We've got a secret weapon. Sergeant Sterling's a biotic. And not
Oh!
a friendly one either.
Okay. Interesting little detail there. I believe that was that one of the people we were talking to who tried to stop us at the front door there? Okay, this is actually not the elevator we're looking for. We're looking for over here. Except, like, yeah, sure, we'll draw our weapons over here as well. Because you see, that is the most threatening couch that I've ever seen. But no, this is where we're looking to go. Music is pumping. So let's go check it out. So, there is Lorik Keen.
Excuse me, I need a moment of your time.
Oh, and Malene? Dallas?
The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Raphael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Yeah, okay, by the way, have we met? Because, that's an awfully strange way to introduce yourself.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
A lot of questions. Why can't you do this?
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
Okay, well, what exactly is this even about?
I don't know anything about binary helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in binary helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Noveria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific.
Yeah, we started to hear about that.
Potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network.
That sounds
It will upload
pretty
a
illegal.
variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate binary helix when he logs onto their intranet.
That sounds even more illegal. Yeah. So what's our reward?
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
You think that's a lot? Excuse me, miss. We were just recently checking out a infinite money exploit on the Citadel, in which we were getting on the order of 200,000 credits every time we did it. So your measly 500 credits doesn't mean much to us. It does seem like this is illegal. Then again, I mean, a mission is a mission to some extent.
You think this uniform's just for show? My job is to enforce the law, not break it.
Do you think that binary helix obeys all the laws? That they do not spy on other companies?
Alright, I mean, two wrongs don't make a right. So, I mean, I would say it's not really an excuse. Then again, I don't actually remember as whether we can just completely lock ourselves out of this quest by going this option. So, in the interest of not doing that, I might deliberately just get us started and see where we can take it from there. Even if it is, you know, kind of against our moral code that we're working with here, but there might be future options later on in this quest line to do what's right.
No, I don't suppose they're clean either.
Excellent. Here is the cracking device. You will know it is done when it beeps.
They're
I've
very
assembled a
discreet. He
dossier
definitely
on
won't know that we're
Vargas.
doing that.
If you would like, I could brief you on his behavior patterns.
Okay, I guess.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services. I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
Huh? You're saying don't talk to him about random subjects because he gets impatient and will assume that we're not serious. But then when he gets nervous and doesn't want to talk about something, you're saying talk about more then? That seems a little strange to me. Just quit. Okay.
I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
Alright, so Lorik is right there. And this is, I would say this might be one of the best looking places that we've seen thus far in Mass Effect 1, or the Legendary Edition, of course, of Mass Effect 1. This, this looks quite good. Let's see, so there is our Raphael Vargas dude.
You're the Spectre, right? Management told us not to talk to you.
Yeah, we've been hearing that a lot lately. So, let's,
Good. I don't think I'm supposed
mention numbers. They'd only write them down on thin strip.
Full benefits, of course.
No, sure, the company takes care of its own. Full insurance, paid vacations, subsidized housing. After a year, I'd start getting stock options.
You hear about the resort then? And the equator? Bounce backing, diving, an accredited asset Eurofield?
If you like that sort of thing, I'd rather plan to do.
Alright. Sounds like they're at least treating their employees reasonably well. This is... Oh, not this. That's Rafael Vargas. Let's save before doing this, just in case we do end up messing up this conversation. Don't know how difficult it's actually going to be, but we'll give it a shot here. What's up? I guess we can say either that we're Spectre or Alliance Marine. Let's go the Spectre route, sure.
Mr. Vargas, I'm Commander Shepard, a Spectre. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
Oh, this first option is hilarious. Oh yeah, by the way, we're only talking to you because that Asari over there has told us to spy on you. Yeah, she tried to sabotage your plans earlier, but see, she wasn't discreet enough and you figured her out. No, let's play along for now at least. Let's play along. If the price is right, I suppose.
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company can make.
It was my understanding that the Citadel contracted to a Solarian corporation for its enhancement programs.
Why, of course. That's correct. We can actually even go the Intimidate option here, surprisingly, but we'll go Charm here. That is correct.
I'm sure you know that we pass a new budget every fiscal year. If it delivers a better soldier, contracts can change.
A sound business practice. Excuse my hesitation. I've never heard a government accused of good business sense. First,
all right.
Disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique. Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in CG muscle degeneracy.
Muscle degeneracy? What?
I've never heard of a technique that improves zero-gravity endurance.
It's a first for the industry. The advent of Element Zero-based artificial gravity made it a less pressing concern. We're still waiting for tests to give us an average improvement. We estimate a 7 to 11% decrease in muscle loss rate.
I see.
I can get you those improvements for 30k credits per
Okay, he's rubbing the back of his head.
Work in a sensory enhancement package, guaranteed 20/15 vision and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
That means we push him here. What about distribution? Yeah, and so he's saying that it's basically slowing the amount that your muscles get weakened when you're in low gravity environments, which is usually quite a problem when people are exploring space, either on a space station or, say, going to the moon. But you can only imagine how relevant that would be if you're actually living on a planet that has lower gravity than the Earth full time, at least for humans. Obviously, other species might be adapted to live in higher, lower gravity environments. But yeah, what about distribution?
How would you distribute the upgrades? Retroviral injections would take some time.
Well, it does take time to upgrade a body with adjusted DNA. Skin cells could be replaced in 2 weeks, but the liver takes over a year, and the skeleton a decade.
Skeleton?
For frontline units, we can speed the process with full system transfusions and injections to stimulate regrowth. It would still take 6 months to see results. I have to admit, it surprised me that you were here for business.
See? He's convinced her.
Some not entirely legal.
Okay. So here we see it's... I don't even know when the last time we saw this was, but we actually did not meet the charm threshold to use this option here, unfortunately. So that's, I suppose, potentially reason to back out of this here, and I would agree. Well, so ideally, presumably, we would have had enough charm to go the full charm route the entire duration of this conversation. Not the case here, because we don't meet the threshold. So I think that means we have to go with something else here. We've not yet heard the beeping, I don't think, which means technically we have not spoken to this guy long enough just yet to get the scanning device or whatever it is to complete the hack that the Asari person we were just talking to is looking for us to complete. So we either make it obvious that we are in fact actually trying to get this guy, or we kind of go in and commit. And this is definitely, yeah, I mean, very clearly more so the Paragon option versus the Renegade option here. You know, sticking to the rules versus bending the rules to suit our purposes. So this is more along the lines of what we would normally be looking to do, but I am curious to see if we can sort of get all the information from this guy, and then once we have that, since we have all the power in that situation, maybe we can convince the Asari person to, well, do what we want her to do in that situation, because we'll have her, we'll have what she needs. So maybe we continue this way, even if it's probably going to give us a few renegade points.
I wear a lot of hats, Mr. Vargas. Some days I shut down criminals, some days I defuse nukes. Some days I like to enjoy private vices. You understand me?
I suppose. My apologies. Your manner is rather informal for a business meeting.
And there's the beeping sound. One moment. I gotta go.
I'm sorry, Mr. Vargas. That's a call I have to take. Thank you for your time.
Of course, Commander Shepard. We look forward to doing business with the Citadel.
Okay, so unfortunately we couldn't get all the way through on the charm options there. Don't actually know what happens if you do, nor do I know exactly how many charm points you need, because our charm is quite high at the moment. I mean, it's not maximized. In fact, we are deliberately refraining from spending any more charm points here, because I believe we can actually get the remaining charm points for quote-unquote free by filling our Paragon meter further, and in fact we should, I believe, get our next one from reaching 50% of the Paragon meter full, and we're quite close to that. So if we are just 1 point away from having been able to do that charm, then that's unfortunate, because, well, we are so close, and in fact, let's just say we have a very, very good source of morality points coming up quite soon. So order of operations wise might have made more sense to do this after we do, well, the other thing that we're here to do right now. But anyways, let's take a look at where that leaves us from, let's see, is this technically espionage or this smuggling? Oh no, this is espionage. So hacking is completely successfully hacked into Vargas's network. So let's chat with our Asari friend here. Friend is maybe a generous way to describe her. But now that we have the information, I'm hoping that maybe we can get her to come clean a little bit as well.
Any results?
It is done.
Your toy did its job.
Excellent. I will transfer 500 credits to your account.
Alright, so it seems as though at the very least we can convince her to give us more than that. As I was saying, 500 credits at this stage does not really mean much for us. That's all. I feel like more. It's kind of just hilarious the way that's phrased. That's the Intimidate option. Don't have enough points for that, but let's see just how much we can get out of her.
Only 500. All right. I thought you might have wanted to provide more, since you couldn't do it yourself, I mean.
Did I say 500 credits? I meant 750.
I mean, still not really
Good
much.
day, Spectre.
Thanks, I guess. So yeah, it does give us a couple of Renegade points, but it gives us some experience as well. Actually, I think we got more than 750 credits at the end of the day. Doesn't even know. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's save here and let's chat. And by chat, I mean pull out this weapon on Lorik, because I think we have a lot of things we're going to talk to him about.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Oh, you're much more welcoming than that Administrator Anoleis guy was. Say, you Lorik Keen?
Are you Lorik Keen? I've heard you might be able to help me.
You are the Spectre that just arrived, are you not? What can an old Turian like me possibly help you with?
So the thing is, we really need to get up to peak 15, and we hear maybe you could help us make that happen?
I'm trying to find a way into the garage. I have places to go.
You need a pass. How fortuitous. I'm the manager of the local Synthetic Insights office. For the moment, at least. Mr. Anoleis closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
An interesting coincidence, you don't say.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Anoleis' actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it.
Ah, that sounds problematic.
Your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Anoleis would be disinclined to let you wander. If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits.
Okay, let's slow down a little bit here, though. As for the card, does your card work for us? Is that the way that works?
Why didn't Anoleis cancel your pass clearance?
Also, that's a little strange that he didn't do
There's
that.
nothing outside but snow and hungry Nathak.
Oh, what's a Nathak? Haven't heard anything about that. Pass source? I mean, to suggest, or to clarify, are we actually quite literally taking your pass, or do you just have a second one for whatever reason?
How did you get a pass?
I'm a manager. Most executives on Noveria are free to come and go as they will.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah, we're interested.
You have a plan?
I do. However, there is one other... What is that charming human expression? Fly in the lotion?
No, I don't think that's it.
Violence against Mr. Anoleis' thugs may be necessary. He has members of Han Shan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
Okay. So, I mean, we would definitely prefer not to have any unnecessary casualties. But I guess we can figure something out?
I'll focus on trying to get your evidence. If I'm lucky, I won't have to fight anyone.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
Oh! Yeah, well, hopefully it doesn't come down to that. Let's just poke our heads in here a little bit. Is there anything of interest here? For some reason I thought we might have been able to find some kind of loot there, but apparently not. About down here? Question mark? Just some nice scenery, perhaps? Some ambiance? That might be it? Okay. So, let's take a look. So we're helping Lorik. He wants us to break into his office and recover files from his computer. And that means we need to take the elevator on the lower plaza to Synthetic Insights, which is what we saw before. It was not an elevator that was currently operational, but now that we have some stuff from him, we should be able to make it work. We basically have his pass. Find Lorik's computer and download the files. Okay. We look at our map here. There is still some stuff up here that, I think... I think we'll have reason to explore other areas around here later on, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't think we need to do that just yet. So let's get moving in that case. Oh man, no more pumping music. Alright, so let's head out and let's head in to this Synthetic Insights area, which I believe was right here. Is it not, or was it this other one that was down the other direction slightly? Through here? No, that's the garage. Hold on. That's the garage. Oh no, that's elevator to Synthetic Insights. Okay, so it is down this way. It's just before the garage. It's right here. So, won't talk to Lil. Not this time. Instead, we're heading up here.